A lot of you probably have been wondering what's going on with that cabin. Well, we have some projects to work on at home this summer. Our garage being one of them. Now, we're getting down to the final details on this garage. And we're really kind of just racing the weather at this point. So we're putting in our trim pieces for our overhang. These are pre-painted 2x2s, and they help connect the lookouts that are made out of 2x4s that you see there. This angle here it really helps you to see what we did for the garage as far as size and not just kind of clean up the roof and the foundation. So the gist of it is we added 3 feet of depth all the way across so that we could put in the new foundation. And then we added head height, which was pretty low when you got to the gutter end of the building, so we brought that up by about 2 feet. Right here, believe it or not, I am nailing nails with my compressor turned off, which is why I have to go back here with my favorite hammer. Now, I have had this hammer since my apprenticeship. I've babied it a lot because I really do love it, and I used it to build a couple places for us now. It's gonna reach the end of its life soon, though, I think, and just enjoying using it on this remodel. These are some pretty weird angles here, and so what I did is I came up with a center line, and then I measured up from the center line and down from the center line, the line that was centered going horizontal. And that's how I came up with these shapes, because they're pitched on both sides, so they're all like little pieces of pie. We had the weirdest shape in the world here towards the end, and so I did a thing that a lot of people don't know about. It's called a rubbing, and that's where you take a piece of craft paper and a piece of chalk or crayon, and you get your shape that way. And it worked. Alright, we're going to finally get this roofing going, and believe it or not, I am using, it's probably a 15-year-old Harbor Freight nail gun. My good buddy actually bought it, and used it for his roof. Well, we used it together. I think it was 60 bucks. This thing is like still going. It does like probably after every 20 nails have like a misfire. Other than that, for as often as I do roofing of this magnitude, it's the perfect tool. I got my roofing from Facebook Marketplace. It's a Desert Tan by Owens Corning 3-tab that's been discontinued. And there was an old gentleman who used to own a construction company, and he had it in his barn. And believe it or not, like I had just enough down to the last piece. Right here, I'm building what they call a jam extension. This is basically because I'm cheap and I bought a ready-made, very competitively priced set of French doors from Big Box Store, and it's a custom order to do a 2x6 frame jam. So I just planned ahead that I was gonna extend it myself. I've only done this once before, but I think it came out pretty good. I think glues and screws are important, and then a little bit of caulking just cleans that seam up, makes it look like it was always one piece. I'm trying to keep a lot of the character of this 110-year-old house original, the best that I can, and so you'll see the crown molding on the doors, and then a traditional brass latch, and a few other details, the farmhouse fixtures. Believe it or not, all this work is to get my soffits to match the soffits of the original parts of the house, and they are beadboard. It's a 1/2 inch by 3, 3/4 by 3, and I went to a wholesale lumber yard where these were seconds. The problem with seconds is you kind of have to work through your pieces in such a way to cut all the knots out of them, or as many as you can at least. It's a lot more time consuming, but I got all of this for the soffit for 80 bucks. Right now we're applying a cherry Watco finish, which I wasn't in love with at first. I always go really dark, like with a walnut or a Jacobian finish. But this has really grown on me, especially once I got the Valspar clear on it, which is what I got going right here. It's really important that your soffit is pretty dang square for a project like this. I think I was maybe out an eighth in the whole length, and I know I had a lot less headaches because of that. Getting the first ones up there by yourself are pretty tough, especially getting your end to end right. But once that's up there and that's got that tongue and groove in it, they kind of move pretty quick after that when you lock them together. I really think that my neighbors think I'm crazy. I mean, I was outside all summer. From May to the publishing of this video. Because even now, well, yesterday I was working on final pulping. Little stuff that you wouldn't see in the video, but just wrapping up some of that. This project, the install of this project, the cutting out all the knots, this right sizing them to land on the rafter spacing, it took 4 hours. So it took 4 hours straight up, and I was actually up against another appointment with my family, and so I was moving and grooving on this. One of the things to watch for when you're doing something like this, it's a lot like hardwood flooring. If you can help it, you don't want any seams to line up. You don't even want the next seam over after skipping one to line up. You don't want them close to each other. If you can skip more than one stud spacing, you want to do that. So just a lot to think about, especially when you're using seconds. Like I said, seconds are a poorer quality lumber. And this is the end of the outside of the garage project. I appreciate you guys watching and following along these last 3 videos. This project kind of had it all. It was a fun one. Thanks for watching, and thanks for watching My Lonely Mountain. And have a good one.